Alright, welcome to our new Thursday playthrough, Final Fantasy Tactics. One of my favorite games of all time. We'll go ahead and let this intro completely play through. I would normally skip through this. So I am Al-Zalam, a scholar of ancient Evilise history. Have you ever heard of the Lion War? No, tell us more. It divided Evilise in two over who would be the successor to the throne. It ended with the appearance of a young hero named Dalita. Everybody living here knows this hero's tale. But we also know that what we see with our eyes alone isn't necessarily the truth. Here's a young man. Here is the youngest son of the noble Beauville. Pillars of knighthood. There's no record of his playing an active part in history, but according to the Duray report, released last year, concealed for many years by Church, this unknown man is the true hero. The Church claims he was a blasphemer, an anarchist, the root of all evil. But is this the truth? Won't you join me on a journey for the truth? Before that, please tell me your name and birthday. Alright. So, there is a Zodiac system in this game. And what Zodiac sign you have, how do you put it? Depending on your Zodiac sign, the Zodiac sign of the enemies and the Zodiac sign of your allies will depend on the accuracy of spells and how much damage is done when attacking. It's pretty in-depth and it's hard to explain how the whole thing works, but if you know anything about astrology, there's fire, air, earth, and water signs. There's 12 total signs. Let's get into it a little bit. We'll just keep the default name Ramza. And my birthday is January 14th, so that's the birthday we will go with, which is Capricorn. So you can just use whatever your birthday is. And then Capricorn is an earth sign. So other earth signs like Taurus and Virgo are going to have an added boost in accuracy of spells. And that goes for allies as well as enemies. So other enemies I have that are earth signs that I'm facing, I will have added accuracy in my attacks and do more damage. The intro screen. There we go. Final Fantasy Tactics. Trademark. Now, while these FMVs weren't cutting edge at the time, they were very well done for PlayStation 1. This game came out, I do believe, right before Final Fantasy VIII. So it would have been right after Final Fantasy VII when this game came out. So let's see, 7 came out in 97. I think this game came out in 98, the year after Final Fantasy VII. If I believe my memory is correct. It may have been 99, but I'm pretty sure this was 98 when this came out. And the mobile version of this game, War of the Lions, is the best version, the definitive version in my mind. Has better translation, better graphics, faster load times. The game just plays out a lot better. But we're playing the original PlayStation 1 version because this is the PlayStation 1 Classics Thursday now. Thursday is going to be PS1 Classics, or as it was known when it came out, the PSX. Yes, the PlayStation 1 is not the PlayStation 1, it's actually PlayStation X. For whatever reason, that's the marketing they used, was PSX. And then it started PSX, then PS2, then PS3, and so on. Oborn Menace Monastery. All right. So if you've never played this game before, I think you're going to be very surprised at just how good the story is. It is one of my favorite stories in any Final Fantasy game. So God, please help us, sinful children of Ivalice. Princess Ovilia, let's go. Just a moment, Argrius. The guards have already arrived. Princess, don't give Argrius trouble. Please hurry. What's going on? It's been nearly an hour. Don't be rude to the Princess Gafgarion. Is this going to be all right, Argrius? This is an urgent issue for us. So there are rude knaves even among the Hokuton. I'm being more than kind to the guard captains here. Besides, we're mercenaries hired by the Hokuton. I'm not obliged to show you respect, or show respect to you. What? How dare you? How dare you? Enough! Let's go! Go with God. You too, Simon. Lady Agrius, the enemy! Prince Galtana's men. What one must do to make money. What, Ramza? You have a problem too? I'm no longer a knight, just a mercenary like you. That's right. Well then, let's go. Oh God. So if you have many questions like who's this, what's going on, what's the Hokuton, all that will be answered throughout the story. The game does a great job of revealing everything slowly for you. First, they will throw things at you at first, and then later backtrack and explain exactly what's going on. The Crest of the Black Lion? What's wrong with Prince Galtana? He's such an idiot. Does he want to start a war? Knave! There's no point in resisting. Just give us the princess, or that beautiful face of yours will be scarred forever. Fool! Only idiots attack head on. Leave this to us. We can't make money that way. Rad, Ramza, follow me. So here's our tutorial battle. This is going to show you pretty much how the game works battle-wise in these tactical settings. So it's not random battles like your typical Final Fantasy. It's almost like a chessboard, and you have to move around on tiles, and we'll be seeing that in just a second. Kill them all! Don't leave any survivors! Nonsense! There's no need to kill them. That's just what Galtana wants us to do. Just let them go. That's impossible! So you'll see little tiles there. It'll show you your movement and then abilities. The red ones are the abilities and the range that they have. So this is his Gafgarion has certain sword abilities, so here's his sword ability. Master of all swords, cut energy, Night Sword! So here it goes. So he has a sword, but he can attack long range with some of his abilities. Okay, now it's time for us to move. So in this battle, Ramza, our main character here, is the only one we'll be controlling. Everyone else will be controlled by auto-control by the computer, so just for the first battle. Later we will get control over our whole entire fleet, but right now it's just we get to control our character, and that's it. So there, we threw stone. That was one of our abilities. Alright, and Agrius, like Gafgarion, has sword abilities. Knights can break things, so he was going for a shield break there. They can break armor, shields, you know, weapons. He missed. There's the archers there. They're charging up for a shot, so archers have an ability called charge where they can charge up their shot for more damage. But it takes a few turns to get off. And this beginning battle is very easy. It's just supposed to be a tutorial to kind of let you get the feel of how combat goes. Darkness. Darkness, which actually works in this game, unlike some Final Fantasies. So there you see experience and JP whenever an action is taken in battle. The unit will gain experience and job points. Job points are used to learn different abilities from the job. So whatever job they are. Experience is obviously just their overall level. So we'll go ahead and take this guy out. Bam. Now, if you were, well, I'll explain it more when we get more control over characters, but it's going to show you the percentage chance of hitting. Now, if you attack from behind, you have a higher percentage of hitting, obviously, than if you attack from the front, which lowers percentage chance of hitting. Certain jobs like knights have shields and they can block, so attacking from the front greatly decreases your chance of actually landing a blow. Just took out one of our knights. That's alright though, they're pretty much done for now. Mist. Yeah, missing is going to be something very common in this game, which is why you want to try to use the Zodiac system to your best advantage. Typically, since I'm a Capricorn character, I try to have nothing but other earth signs in my party, so when I'm doing buffs, they hit a lot more accurately. So we're going to be looking for Tauruses and Virgos throughout the game. Well, that pretty much does it. One more unit left, and he'll be taken out shortly. He's got no chance now. We outnumber him. We've got him surrounded. He's done for. Gafgarion's going to take him out right here. Let go of me! Damn. Come here, be quiet. Why should I listen to you? What an annoying princess. Oh. Wait! Do I look like a waiter? No. Tough, don't blame us. Blame yourself or God. While we were distracted, he came through the back door and nabbed the princess. Oh, God. Delita? You're alive, Delita, but why are you with Galtana's troops? Why? All right, well, time for a flashback to explain all that, right? So we got the opening scene, got some of the story, kind of a feel for what's going on a little bit. There's a princess, she's kidnapped, right? There's two sides to a war. There's Galtana's troops, and then there's the Hokotan, which is, we're going to learn a little bit more right about now. Delita's name appears for the first time a year before the Lion War broke out. Many soldiers who returned from the war had no jobs. Little money. An interesting story about why this little money spot scrolls so slowly is apparently the translators of the game were not being paid very well. So I've heard, and even less loyalty to the crown. Many became thieves and rebels, plotting rebellion against the royal family. The text moves quite slowly. Just kind of got to get used to it. At that time, robbery and murder were commonplace. I already knew what it said. In Ivalice. Many heroes and wizards came out of there. And Garland was no exception either. Chapter 1, The Meager. Military Academy's Auditorium. So yeah, this is what, a year ago? More than a year ago from where we just were? I think it said, but I can't remember already. I heard another wagon bound for Igros was attacked. Must have been the Death Corps. Something's starting. Know anything, Delita? Nope, but I could guess. What do you mean? Prince Larg's coming to town. Prince Larg? Why? Not only Larg, but Marquis Elmdor of Lumberry, too. That's news. It's not an official visit, is it? There are danger zones everywhere in Ivalice. The Hokotan Knights are in full operation, but suffering from a shortage of men. So, they need us cadets. Everyone, fall in! So right now, we're just young cadets. You have a mission. As you know, barbarians are rapidly increasing here in Galleon. The traitorous Death Corps detest the royal family. We cannot overlook them. We will begin exterminating these traitors by order of our master. Larg's knights stationed at Igros Castle and many other groups will participate. Your duty is to support the flank. Specifically, you'll go to Igros and help guard it. And she says ... Oh, very informative. Cadets, ready your swords. A gang of tortured thieves is trying to sneak into this town. We'll begin preparations now to keep them out of town. Come with me. This is the front line of operations. That's all. Prepare immediately. So this is our first opportunity to save. But we're not going to. we're going to reset the game because I already have a save file at the beginning of the game. And the reason we want to do that is this save file that I have, and you can hit L1, R1, start and select to soft reset. Like a lot of different games for PlayStation 1, you had this ability of L1, R1, start and select to do a soft boot, which is nice. We're going to go ahead and continue because I have a save point already made that has a nice mixture of the characters I want to be using as far as zodiac signs. So typically what I would do is I would restart the game over and over again until it gave me, you know, enough earth signs that I could carry forth with quality troops. Or you can also buy soldiers from soldier subscription places. I don't know exactly what you would call them. But okay, you'll see here I got a Virgo as, so you have to know the zodiac signs. Down here in the left corner of their little nameplate, it says Keith, Chemist, Brave and Faith. He got a high faith, 72. Brave is going to calculate your physical damage. Faith is magical. All right, so Keith is a chemist and he's a Virgo. The little M with the cross sign on the end of it, the little tail with the little cross there, that's the sign for Virgo. That's Aries right there, and that's Libra. Okay, so that's Capricorn, like I am. So I want her too, right? So yeah, see, I'm a Capricorn, she's a Capricorn, he's a Virgo. A Taurus. So there we go. Also an earth sign. Now that's the only earth signs we have. So we're going to have to pick one from the other ones to use for now until we can recruit more soldiers and get more earth signs on our team. And the only reason I really want to do this, it looks like Jeremy, our Libra, has the highest Brave and Faith stats. Now not only does the Brave and Faith calculate how much damage you'll do, but how much damage you'll take as well. So it's odd that the more damage you can do, the more damage you can take. That's how this game works. And I'm not an expert on the system. The combat system and how all the damage is calculated is very deep and complex in this game. But we'll take Jeremy with us too because he has the highest faith and brave stats. He's not going to line up with the earth sign thing we got going on here, but hey. I got 3 other earth signs other than me in this one particular game, so I was not going to restart it just to try to get all 4 of my other. Most battles you'll get to choose 5 different combatants on the field. Some is just 4. It just depends on which battle. Alright. What's this? Just a bunch of kids? What luck! Okay, all we have to do is kill these kids, then we can escape. Don't worry, we'll kill every one of you. Awful cocky. Defeat all enemies. And we have Delita here, who is a Sagittarius, if you see his sign there. But he's just a guest character, so the guest characters in this game are always controlled by the computer. CPU is going to do all the work for us with Delita. They don't always make the best decisions, trust me. They will do things that you do not want them to do all the time. It's all pretty much RNG. That's just random. What the enemies do, what your guest characters do. Ramza, watch out. Don't rush them. Don't patronize me, Delita. I'm also a Boval. Boval? The family Boval. So, you must be cadets from the military academy, snot-nosed little nobles. Silence, surrender, or die in obscurity. Now, I wouldn't really say the translation's awful or bad, but the War of the Lions mobile game has a much better translation, so I really wish they would come out with a PC version of this game with an updated translation like the mobile game. But I'd still play the PS1 original for the PS1 Classics Thursday, but yeah, I'd still wish they'd come out with a PC version of this game with better translation. What can a bunch of kids like you do? Bunch of spoiled punks like you'll never beat us. Alright, so you hit L1 and R1, you can rotate the camera around, which is nice when you're trying to, get on a specific tile that you can't see from other directions. You can also hit L2 to zoom out and zoom in, and R2 does this. It tilts the camera up and down so you can see exactly what you're doing. So this is nice. So select move, and then within the blue area is the area you can move. So we're going to move next to this guy, and we're going to go ahead and attack him. And at the end of the move, you can choose which way you're going to face. And obviously that's important because of the way hits are calculated. You have the best chance of hitting someone when you're behind them, a secondary chance of hitting them to the side, and the worst chance is from the front. So let's see what basic skill she has. Dash. It's not going to do us much good here. She has no long range attack, so we're just going to wait. Now, if you do not take an action, if you just move, your turn will come sooner. See, at the bottom here it says CT. Let's see if we can get some more information on that. Here we go, AT list. Okay, so this gives us a list of who's going next. When your CT counter at the bottom there fills up to 100, you get a turn. Alright? Now, if two CTs fill up at the same time, there are other things that are involved in determining who goes first, right? So now it's Keith's turn, our chemist. Well, next will be Cindy, Jeremy, and then Delita again. Then the enemy, Bruno, Bugsy, Vincent, Julia, the enemies in red. Then Janet from our team, then Abraham from their team. Then back to Rams's turn. So that's how many turns it takes to get back to Rams's turn. And they got the list populated all the way out for 30-some moves here. But that list is not set in stone because there are things you can do. Now look, we can look at here and it'll actually give us a little bit of a menu to see all of our units and all of their units. They'll be in order here. I believe, I can't remember. You can change the order. Look, they're ordered by HP. Okay, who has the highest HP? Oh no. I don't know how the order is set up, but you can look at their HP, MP, and their CT. So look, we just took a turn, our CT went to 0. But we moved and waited with her, so her CT got to keep some of her CT, right? If you just wait, you get to keep even more of it. So yeah. Alright, let's move. Keith's our chemist. We want to hold him back because we don't want our chemist as our healer, and he can throw items. All the other jobs can use items, but they cannot throw them like this. So he can throw items a distance. Bam, you heal. Just like that. We want to get everybody in position here. Let's get her right here. Nope. I don't believe anybody has throw stone. Throw stone would be one we could use for a long range attack. We'll put him. He's going to get ganged up on if he goes there. But we want to try to keep everybody together somewhat. He can move right here and then wait. Delita bringing down the hammer. Now Delita's going to retreat and leave us Rams are all the way stuck out there alone, but it's okay. I don't think anybody can reach us at this point. I don't even think, no, this guy can't even reach us. The chemist can, but he's going to go for her instead for some reason. He has no weapon, and that's exactly what we want the chemist to do, is to come cross behind our territory, and now we can trap him in and kill him. We don't want them to have their chemist because he can heal them, and that's no good. Block off his path of retreat by surrounding him. And even though attacking from the front is going to give us a little less percentage, this particular character, it's going to be a 90. If you'll see here, it's going to do 12 damage, 12 HP, where it says 12 HP, and then 95% right next to that. It shows our HP, MP, and CT, and it shows his HP, MP, and CT. Alright, so we're going to do 12 damage from the front. Now, that landed, even though we attacked from the front, but we had a 95% chance of hitting. that's going to greatly go down depending on the job you're attacking. Especially knights that have shields, you're going to get a very low percentage chance of hitting, and they will block attacks with their shields. All right, and that's the advantage of knights. Knights also have greater HP because they can equip better armor. A thing in this game we'll go over a little more when we get there is that your armor, not your level or your job, determines how much HP and MP you have. What you're wearing, the equipment determines that, which is a very different thing that this game does over a lot of other Final Fantasies. Okay, we got Wish as our one ability. We don't want to use that. I'd like to attack somebody, but I don't want to. You know what? We got 2 of their units down. We're going to go ahead and be a little more aggressive. Attack, attack. Keith can also provide some healing from over here too if we need to. We're just going to have him wait because nobody needs healing at the moment. Now there are ways to cheese out job points and stuff, like you can attack your own units and stuff like that. I might do that sometimes if I'm trying to grind out a specific ability or job, but leave that for the speedrunners, right? The speedrunners do take advantage of that to learn jobs more quickly and abilities more quickly. But we're just going to kind of play the game a bit casually, kind of like you would if first time you're really playing the game. I mean, it's hard to play like the first time you played the game because, I mean, I've played this game countless times. I'm not even sure at this point. So many times I've actually played through this game, but yeah. So does anybody need healing? I don't think so. Oh, the chemist himself took a hit, so let's see. We can go ahead and just give ourselves a potion. 10 experience, 10 job points, and he gained a level. Quite nice. We'll just wait right here. And she can come over here and finish off this unit. Yeah, I can go ahead and advance to this guy. So we're going to end this battle pretty quickly. Sometimes this battle can drag out because the chemist there, instead of coming... I mean, he did the worst possible thing he could have done, and he advanced into our units pretty deeply, and then we were able to cut off his retreat and take him out really quickly. But the chemist can really prolong this battle by running and healing. So he'll run back over here to the bottom left part of the screen that you see back here, and he will just sit there and throw potions and be annoying and just keep the battle going a lot longer than it would if, like, say you take him out quickly like we did. Now these guys are going to start retreating too because they're outnumbered and they've taken damage. But there's nothing they can do. We've got them. This battle's all but over. Go ahead and throw a potion here. This unit. Actually, I do want him to move a little bit. Kind of run this guy down a little bit. We've only got one more unit to take out. If you really want to get into the depth of all the little nitty-gritty things about how the combat works in this game, because believe me, this game has very deep combat with a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff is happening in the combat here, and the calculation of damage and all that. There are plenty of great articles, and I've read some of them before online. On the wiki page, the fan wiki page of this game has a lot of useful information. It's kind of like, though, you don't really need to know how all the mechanics work in this game, really. It's just a fun game, and can kind of just play around with the game enough, and you kind of get the feel of how things work, right? You don't really need to know in depth how every little thing, how all the damage is calculated and everything like that. Well, I can't reach the guy that's really hurt, but we're gonna go ahead and throw it on her just to get a little bit of extra experience for our chemist. Now, if she was at full life, I wouldn't have gotten any experience for throwing that potion, but because she had some damage done to her, even if it was not the whole amount of damage, we still get credit for the experience. So we just surround this guy and we'll be able to finish him off here. And that's the first battle done. I've rarely seen the chemist make that big critical mistake of coming into our ranks, but that made this battle go a lot faster than it can normally go. Why do you continue to commit acts like robbery? You wouldn't have died this way if you'd led honest life. Alright, at the end of the battle, you'll get your gil. You'll get extra items like bonus gil. We got a mithril knife, a phoenix down, and a potion. Very nice. The game is very good with its tutorials as well. There are tons of tutorials. I'm not going to need to read all this. I know all this. But if there's anything you want to know in the game, bam, you got tutorials. And I mean, you got tons of tutorials about everything on the game. Everything you would want to ever know about the game. And more is in here. I've never even read all the tutorials. There's so many of them, but they're deep and they're good. Alright, now, this is our basic menu here. In here, we can equip our characters. We can learn abilities. We can set abilities. Use the set command to learn abilities, like item. Alright. So, Squire. The first job, or the first ability you want to learn for Squire, and for every character in your party, really, is gained JP up. This will increase the amount of job points you get per action in battle. Very, 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 very important that you get this. This will help you increase the amount of abilities you learn, and everything's about your job level and abilities in this game, really. Like, okay, you see the foot symbol is going to be movement type ability. So move +1, we can move one further space than we normally would be able to, and that is huge. Just one more tile can mean the difference between victory and defeat in this game. And then accumulate is another very good ability, because not only does it increase your physical attack power, it also lets you learn job points without having to actually attack anybody or be in range. You're out, so say you're out of a range, there's no one to attack, use accumulate. You will earn job points and experience points. Alright, let's go into chemist and let's see what we got in chemist. Okay, so items was the other one we chose. Well, we want to learn Phoenix Down and we want to learn Potion. Those are the first two of items you want to learn for anybody. The next in importance would probably be High Potion. You could learn some of the antidote, eye drops, echoed grass. They're not quite as important, but they can be useful if, to get rid of status elements. Antidote, obviously, poison, darkness, silence, frog, petrify, zombie, and then remedy takes care of them all. If you're familiar with Final Fantasy, you'll be familiar with those terms, I'm sure. But you can also do this. Hit select, and it gives you a brief synopsis of what the ability does. Eye drops restore sight, cancel darkness. Yeah, and antidote neutralizes all poisons, cancel poison. So you have to learn to actually use items, which is odd, but that's how the system's set up. Alright, so after you get the knight to Squire level 2, which we just did, we leveled up in that battle, it will unlock another set of jobs. Knight and Archer for Squire level 2. If you get the Chemist level 2, it will unlock other different jobs, such as White Mage and Black Mage. Alright? So let's go ahead and set that gain JP up. Alright, and we want items, and we got guts, and that's it for you, Ramza. We want to keep him as a Squire, I think. Yeah, because I want to learn Accumulate and some other Squire abilities. This is Jeremy, our Libra. Not really worried about him too much because he's just going to be play a fill-in role for certain battles. But yeah, before we gain JP up's what we want. So yeah, we'll go ahead and set him with item as well. And let's see what he's already learned: potion, antidote. So you know, they'll just come with randomly learned abilities at the beginning of the game. He randomly had potion, which is a good one to have. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. The units we're not using, we're gonna remove all their equipment, and we're going to remove them. Go down to remove unit. Say, goodbye. See ya. All right, Keith, we do not want to remove. Keith is gonna be. We can go ahead and equip him with the mithril knife we just got for winning that battle, because we're gonna keep him as chemist. This is the change job tree, so you can just pick whatever job you want. Look, he got chemist level 2, like I said, black mage, white mage. Well, they're called priest and wizard, but they're white mage and black mage. If you'll notice in the beginning movie, they'll call them white mage and black mage, but then in the game, they actually call them priest and wizard for whatever reason. Alright, so he's learned potion and antidote already, and we want him to learn Phoenix Down. There we go. Alright. So actually, we want our friend here to become a Squire. Why, you might ask? Well, we want him to learn gain JP up. So let's go ahead and set him with the item ability. Not going to worry about white mage and black mage just yet, although we will want him to change to one of those jobs eventually. There's a very important chemist ability to learn. That's called throw item. This allows you to throw an item regardless of what job you are, and that is very nice to have, say, a wizard, a black mage that can cast elemental spells, but also he can throw items and heal people as well too. It comes in very handy. That's my tactic I've always used, at least. I like to have wizards or priests that can also throw items. A priest is not so much. I don't really care about them throwing items as much because they have white magic and they can heal, so they don't really need to throw items. But definitely wizards that can throw items are very cool. Janet here did not learn anything, so she doesn't have enough. We want gain JP up, just like I said. Let's see what chemist ability she has. Potion, good, and eye drops. Almost can learn Phoenix Down, so we'll wait on that. All right, Cindy's another one we're going to be using. Let's go ahead and set her with an item. She has potion and antidote already. Okay. And of course, did not learn enough job points to learn our next ability. Sorry, Garnett, but we're gonna have to say goodbye. So I remove them of their stuff, and I hit remove. All right. So that gets rid of all the ones. And of course, you can't remove Delita. He's a guest. He's part of the. Anybody that has, is a part of the plot, you can't remove them from your unit. But what you can do is remove their equipment, which I love to do. Oh wait, but we do want to set his abilities though, because he'll be forced upon us in battle, in story battles. So you want to at least have him to have some potion, antidote. Seems to be everybody's got potion and antidote. Since I don't really care about him long term, since he's a guest and not part of our. We already saw in the opening cutscene that he doesn't stay with us forever, right? He's eventually going to leave us. We're not going to worry about getting him gain JP up, right? It's no spoiler that he's not going to be with us forever, but Throw Stone is an ability he can learn to help out. So there we go. We'll go ahead and learn Throw Stone for Delita. We're going to keep him with no equipment for now. And go ahead and get everybody with their that we are going to use. There we go. Alright, so what I do is my more permanent units, I'm going to give them the best equipment and then give him whatever's left over. That way I don't lose any of the best items that I have. Okay, then if you'll notice here, we'll give a quick show of how it works here. Let's go ahead and remove everything. Now if you'll notice, give him a sword. Okay, see, look at the HP, plus 8. So this is his base HP and MP, 39 HP, MP 16. Now, depending on the equipment, right now all we have is leather hats. It's going to give him more HP. So leather hat gives him 8 more HP. The clothes give him 5 more HP. The battle boots are accessories that give you movement. Move plus 1. Very important. All right. Let's go ahead and get a save the game, and then we can do a little bit of shopping here in town. All right, slot 1. So I only have 3 slots open. I don't want to erase the first one. Hey, you know, this is a game I was 50 hours into. We'll go ahead and just save over it. We're starting a new game. Why not? Alright, now, here's how the world map works. There's different dots for different locations, right? Right now, we're on the Garland Map City. Magic City. Map City. I was thinking about maps. Garland. Magic City. You hit confirm, which is circle in this game, on the city, and I'll bring up a little list here, and these are the different places we can go in the city. The bar. Let's go to the bar. Now, the bar owner, welcome. Come in and relax. So we can hit rumor, and we can ask him about different things going on. This will give you a little more background into the game. This is really cool to do when you're first playing the game and you don't know. What's the Death Corps? King Amandoria? The 50-Year War? What are these things? I want to know more about them. Well, the bar owner will tell you. Rumors about the Death Corps. Robberies are on the rise in various areas, and Galleon is no exception. Wagon hijackings and abductions are rampant. Now, a group of former criminals and mercenaries called the Death Corps have been making the most trouble in the Hokotan. So the Death Corps is a group of former criminals and mercenaries. So this was a war that happened before the current war that's about to happen, right? And then they are leftover mercenaries from this war, and war criminals, I guess you would say. And they've all formed a band called the Death Corps. We'll learn more about them as it goes, too. That's the great thing. So there is great concern over King Amdolia, who collapsed at Prince Orneus's birthday celebration. The Board of Chamberlains reported his fever has subsided, but he'll take 3 weeks to recover. It will be several months before he can make any public appearances, but since most public policy is made by Queen Ruvelia, no turmoil is expected. Oh, yeah. As of yet, no turmoil is expected. Well, we're going to see how that works. So the 50-Year War is the war that just ended not long ago. And that is a war that caused terror for nearly 50 years between Ivalice and Ordalia, known as the 50-Year War. The war was ignited when King Diwanu died without naming a successor. The throne was succeeded by Diwanu's brother, Valowa, but Danamunda of Ivalice declared war. This was only an excuse. The real reason was because of Zalamonia, a territory in Ivalice running along the Ordalian border. It was once independent, but was annexed over a century ago. After the invasion, Ivalice supported Ordalia, but the result was failure. Unrest among the nobles and in the cities of Zalamonia. along with the Ordalians' rule, led them to seek intervention from Ivalice. With victories in the early battles, Ivalice's army marched on the capital of Bura, but King Denamunda, fell ill and was never to return to his kingdom. The confusion gave the Ordalian army an opportunity, as Volawa was successful in holding off Ivalice's army. Approximately 2 years stalemate was broken by the Romandan army's invasion. Romanda is a military state separate from Ivalice by Larner Channel. Under King Volwa's orders, a blood relative, they marched on Ivalice, but Demanda, who succeeded King Demanda, was a brave warrior against both the Romanda and Ordalian armies. An outbreak of bubonic plague in Romanda forced them to retreat 3 years. The two squads most effective in the war were the Hokatan, led by Balbanes, and the Nantan, led by TG Sid. And TG stands for Thunder God. Gonna go ahead and spoil it, but yeah. TG stands for Thunder God. Thunder God Sid. And we'll learn more about a lot of these characters later. They scored many victories as they marched by Ordalia, but the long war was disastrous for both administrations. Farmers' revolts and riots broke out in many areas as both kingdoms focused their war efforts within their borders. This made another stalemate broken by the death of King Denamunda, widely believed to be assassinated. His successor, Amdolia, was not fit to lead the kingdom, and left all the matters of the state to the elder statesmen and the queen. Therefore, there was no power to drive the troops of Prince Lanyard, Volowa's successor, out after allowing the invasion of Zeltania. Battles that both the Hokatan and the Nantan fought in, Ivalice hoped for peace. Realizing the war was useless, both kingdoms agreed on peace, focusing their efforts within their respective borders. Although the agreement was bilateral, Ivalice surrendered. Soon after, Ivalice's economy was on the brink of bankruptcy because severe war reparations. Payments could not be made to the returning soldiers, and large groups of knights were discharged. As a result, high unemployment, uncertainty, and distrust fell Ivalice. So this part where about the payments could not be made to returning soldiers and a large number of knights were discharged is how the Death Corps started. That is the Death Corps. They used to be the Knights of Ivalice. Now are homeless, penniless, and in desperation. So they have formed the Death Corps. So that also gives us a little bit of backstory there. Well, let's go to the shop and see what we got here. Alright, so you can just buy items straight out. We want to buy some items like potions. Want lots of potions. We'll go ahead and buy 80 of them. We'll have 20. Phoenix Downs we already have 3 of. Let's buy 2 Phoenix Downs. Alright. Now, we should have like 2 eye drops, 1 antidote. Don't really need those as of yet. We can also sell some of the equipment, excess equipment we have, like these daggers for some extra money. A couple of the extra leather hats we have. Those. Alright. Now let's go to the fitting room. The fitting room here, you can try on the best fit, the best armor available, right? You can just try on each individual thing. See, they have for sale the same equipment that we already have. Right? We could buy a broadsword for Delita, but let's not waste our money on that. I think we're good. Alright, let's go ahead and make a save. And move along. And advance the story. So when a tile like this is red, you might not be able to see it, but the one we're standing on is blue. When it's red like this, it means there's either a battle to be fought or some story to progress. Or both. Most times both, but one or the other at least. So we're going to want to move here, and before we move, there's going to be a bit of a cutscene. Just select on the location you want to go to and hit confirm. It's that easy. I love the world map and everything about this game so much. It's all done with a lot of craft. Having attended the highest rank, having attained the highest rank of Heavenly Knight, brave Balbanes was facing his last days. The end of the 50-year war, the Beauville residence. How goes the battle? Through swift action, we were able to recover Limberry. It's only a matter of time before Adalia army leaves Eltania. No worry. The secret messenger sent to Count Lenario has returned. Count Lenario has agreed to your plan. Good, then, at last this long war will finally come to an end. Father! Don't cry, my daughter. Where is Ramza? Just when we need him most. Dystarg, Zalbag, my beloved sons, take care of Ramza. He may be your half-brother, but he is my own flesh. Father! Lower your voice. I'm glad you came. Let me look at you. Father, it has been a long time. You've become a fine man. You started the academy in spring, don't you? So, obviously, this is before everything that we just did. This is the past. This is before he started at the academy that we were just at, that we started our first battle. We were in the academy. Listen, Ramza. A Beauville has served the royal family for generations. The warrior spirit is in us. Never shame your name, never tolerate injustice. Living true to your heart, the warrior's way is the Beauville way. I understand, Father. Toledo's a good boy. He should serve you well. I've asked the dean to accept him into the academy. It shocked the dean a bit. He will serve you well. Treat him well. Yes, Father. Take good care of Alma. Become a fine knight, Ramza. So, learned a little history. The noble house of Beauville. Yeah, I don't know how you pronounce it, honestly. I just pronounce it the best I can. I think Beauville. Whatever it is, we're part of that house, but we're only half kin to our relatives, right? We're the son of the Lord, who was that just died. That was Ramza's father. But we're only half brothers to the two brothers there and the sister Alma. I believe that's how it works. So we're different mother, same father. Now, let's go back to the shop. Things may have changed. That's another thing you want to keep an eye on in this game is sometimes you'll go to a shop, then a cutscene will happen. You go back to the same shop, and they have more items for sale than they did before. I don't think that's going to be the case here, yeah. But sometimes it is the case. So you always want to keep your eye on that. Also, we'll talk about the soldier offers real quick. Here, you can change the name. Oh, that's for monsters. Okay, you can recruit monsters, but that's later in the game. You can also recruit more soldiers. Say, I want another male soldier. Well, then they'll give you, do you want this guy? And you can be like, no, quit. I don't want that guy. A female soldier. Oh, well, she's a Virgo. So, yeah, maybe we could take her because we kind of need another Earth sign. But look at her Brave and Faith. Well, the Brave's okay. Faith's not so great. But, yeah, you can kind of do that. I'm not really worried about recruiting anybody else. I mean, look at the price. They're quite pricey right now. because we have enough fighters, and even though one of our guys, the Libra, we're only going to be using him in very sparingly, you know? So, because a lot of battles, you only can take 4 instead of 5 like the first one. But yep, that's how it goes. If you want to hire more soldiers, you can hire more soldiers. And you can just keep cycling through, and it's going to give you a different one each time. A different soldier with a different name, with a different zodiac sign, with different brave and faith. They're going to be different every time. Alright, well, we made it through a cutscene. It's a good time to save. Always save, because you never know. And this game can be quite difficult at times. Even little battles, even little random battles, you can wipe your party. Or, something we haven't gone over yet, you can lose a party member permanently. If they die and then stay dead for 3 turns, they die permanently. You cannot revive them with a Phoenix down. You cannot get them back. Okay, case in point, this battle here, we're going to have 4 units we can take. We could put some units over here if we wanted to. We can do this. I typically like to keep people pretty close together, because then you can start the match off by casting a buff, which we don't have any right now, but that's how we'll do it. We'll just start out with this basic formation like this. Commence attack, baby. Ba, 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 ba. And then this battle's going to introduce us to another new mechanic. Still breathing, what do we do? Don't be stupid, we just need to get the marquee. Right. Hey, don't blame us, blame fate. What? Damn, the Hogerton Knights. Death Corps, they're attacking someone. Our duty is to destroy the Death Corps. Saving him is our priority. Well, here introduces a new mechanic into the game. A lot of times there's going to be 2 choices of how you know, what your priorities in the battle are, and that will actually change how the outcome of the battle goes and what the conditions for winning are. If I choose our duty is to destroy the Death Corps, then all we have to do is beat the enemy. If we choose saving him as our priority, then we're going to have to save this guy that they're beating up. We can't let him die. If he dies, and I don't mean permanently like in the 3-turn thing, I mean if he just goes down on the ground, if they take his HP away, game over, which is why we just saved. And now, which one of these you choose will also affect bonuses to your Brave and Faith later. I believe the best outcome is to select saving him as our priority. That gives you the best possible outcome as far as Brave and Faith go later on in the game, but I'm not exactly sure on that. Don't disgrace the knight, saving him comes first. And this is probably, knowing Ramses' character, what he would have said to do, right? He's a good guy. He's a good boy. He's gonna want to save people from, you know, being bullied upon. Even though he's a noble, he really has, you know, he has a strong sense of justice and wants to look out for lower class people. Now, he doesn't know that this guy's not actually a lower class man. He's actually a noble himself. But hey, it's a dude getting beat up. Ramses is gonna save him regardless of what class they belong to or what rank they are. Reinforcements, thank God. Now, it's very easy for them to just take him out, depending. A lot of this is RNG based, like how this plays out. So he hit the knight pretty good, so the knight's gonna retreat. I mean the thief. So yeah, the thief was the one that retreated first, and now these guys are all squires, like us, like most of our guys are now. Squire, the base job class, the starting job class, and just because it's the base job does not mean it's bad. A lot of the abilities you learn in Squire go a long way through the rest of the game. Alright. So we want to kind of move like right here. We're going to wait, keep some of that CT so we can get our turn again sooner. There's no action we can really take anyways. Kind of just want to move our lines forward. get over there to the guy we're trying to save so we can... Well, so we can give him some potions if we need to. So we're just going to kind of make our way that way. Now, hopefully, he'll be smart and he'll come to us to bolster our ranks. But sometimes he can be dumb and just run down enemies like these. Well, he kind of came, he at least came in our direction. And when you're trying to save him, like I said, if he loses all his HP, he's done. And we'll just hope our RNG just is in our favor here and they attack us and not him. Because he's getting pretty low. I don't think that... Ooh. So yeah, we're going to want to be careful here and get him a potion as soon as possible. Oof. It's going to be close. See, he's dumb. Like, he totally just goes out of his way to... I mean, look at this. I can't get to him to give him a potion, can I? Oh, yeah, I can. See, this is what I want to do. First priority is getting him a potion. So he doesn't die on us. Now we can go in for some attacks. Delita's going to finish him off for us. Thank you, Delita. Well, we should have this one won now. You also notice they have a monster fighting on their side. I always thought it was kind of cool if in situations like this, the monsters would just indiscriminately attack anyone, like this bobcat here. But they don't. They'll fight on their side. I don't know, I guess one of these guys is a Beastmaster. See now, Argus, or August, depending on the translation you're playing, will do a lot of dumb things. Just like any NPC will, or any guest character. They're always like, why would you go out that far? There are enemies within our midst that we can attack. Why would you attack that one all the way that far away? It makes no tactical sense, if you will. Tactical thing to do is take care of the enemies within your own ranks, right? First, and then go out for enemies that are further out. Let's see what Delita does. Yep, Delita did exactly what I wanted him to do. Thank you, Delita, for not being a numbskull. Bobcat came to me. Alright. I'm going to have to pull her away from the front lines because she's hurt and needs a potion. Just like dumb August here. Okay, but thank goodness he killed the thief because that could have been really hairy. I guess I had my turn coming and I could heal him. I don't know if he's going to do anything else dumb. I think I will. I'm going to go give him a potion. Just so he doesn't go get himself hurt anymore. Or if he does go get himself hurt, he's not going to die immediately. Now cat enemies like this, as you see, can counterattack, and they also have high evasion rates too. So if you attack from the front, he's probably going to evade it. You want to get to the side and the back of those type of enemies. Go ahead and take him out. And Delita should be able to finish this battle. Oh no, he's gonna throw stone instead of attack. I thought he would be more aggressive and just end the battle, but okay, whatever. I'm gonna give another one of my units a chance to gain some experience. I'll go ahead and move her forward, but we're gonna use a potion. Since she's hurt. I'm not going to be able to get to the cat on this turn. Just wait. Okay, so you'll see the accuracy there is only 77%, which you think 75%, oh, well, that's pretty good. I'll take those chances. No. If it's not 100%, there's always a chance you can miss. So when you get behind him, you get that 100% odds. Attack. He's dead. Battle's over. August is saved. Barely the Marquis. Marquis? You mean Marquis Elmdor? Yeah. Who are you? We're military cadets. I think we can help. Tell us more. Not your standard Final Fantasy victory fanfare, but I like it. It's quite a bit different, but it's really cool. It's nice that they used a lot of different things for this game, as it's not a mainline Final Fantasy game, but yet it still feels like a Final Fantasy game with the job classes, this different aspects of it. There's the fact that there's chocobos in it, which I love. I love the fact that there's chocobos in this game. I'm August of the Limbury Aegis Knights. A knight? I mean, a cadet like you all. I'm Ramzaboval. Bolv. I've never in my life understood how you're supposed to pronounce that name. Let's try it. Let's try to sound it out, because it seems a bit French to me, right? I'm Ramza. Beolv. Is it Boov? Would you just say Boov? Like the Boov? Anybody seen the movie Home? Right. I'm gonna go with Bolv. Let's just go with Bolv. I think Bolv is probably the best way to say it. I like Bolville or Boville would be cooler sounding, but that's just clearly not how it's pronounced. I always said Boville or Boville, which I think is a cooler sounding name, but we'll go with Bolv. I'm Ramza Bolv. This is Delita, a good friend. Bolv of the Hokotan? Excellent! How lucky am I? I beg you, please help me save the Marquis. What are you talking about? The Marquis is still alive. They've kidnapped him. He will be killed if we don't act fast. I don't know what to do if... So please, help me, please. Relax, we don't know for sure he'll be killed. There must be some reason for the Death Corps to take him. They might have made some demands. Besides, there's nothing we can do. The Marquis was kidnapped, and I'm sure by now everyone at Igris Castle is up in arms. First, we should go to Igris and report. All right, let's do that. Oh, nice. My tag's updated to strategy RPG. I would call it tactical RPG, but strategy RPG, that's fine. All right, we're going to go ahead and get another save, and we'll see you in the next video. All right. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.